really felt like some breakfast this morning, and the only thing I had really was some breakfast sausage, turkey to be exactly. So I'm gonna try to mess with this. I like to clean as I go, so y'all gonna see me cleaning a little bit throughout this video. I wanted to try this new formula, you know, a new POV style. But yeah, go ahead and start off by cutting a half an onion, because we really want to flavor up this turkey sausage. It really is very flavorless to me. So small dice a half an onion, and we're gonna go ahead and mince up some garlic. I have 2 nice sized cloves here. Give those a nice chop. We're gonna go ahead and add that to our turkey. So I just want to add, you know, it's about I'd say about a tablespoon of minced garlic if you don't feel like mincing your own. And about a half an onion, I'd say. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and season this up with a little bit of salt and pepper. Now, the full measurements will be in the description as well as the full recipe. So please follow that if you want to know step-by-step instructions in detail. Please follow the recipe in below. But just give that a nice mix. And I like to season it up with just some salt and pepper first. Just to get that all through the layers. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add about half tablespoon of some garlic, half tablespoon of some onion powder, also a little bit of Szechuan seasoning, some Italian seasoning. I got some sage here, as well as some Cajun seasoning, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw some chili flakes in there. Y'all know I like to spice up things. Now the sage is really important in this, guys. This is how you get that breakfast sausage taste, so like don't forget that sage in there. You can use fresh sage or you can use dry sage, but I'm using dry sage for this. I hate the texture of turkey sausage, so I tend to maybe use like a scoop or something if I'm dealing with this versus like beef, because it's really hard to form the patties because turkey and chicken tends to be very sticky when it's ground up. So y'all see I got a nice size scoop here. It's about a 2-ounce scoop. And I'm just gonna scoop it right onto the pan. Now some people might be wondering why don't I just sort of like scramble it up in the pan like if I'm making spaghetti or something, but I kind of want to form these into patties for later, and I'll probably freeze these. I have a vacuum sealer, so I'll probably freeze these and just, I don't know, make breakfast for something later, you know. Saving money around here. But I'm just going to flatten these out on the stove. Again, they're really sticky. As you can see, they stick to the spatula, and I really don't want that on my hands, if that makes sense. It's just going to waste product. It doesn't come off your hands. It's just, you got to end up washing it off, and you don't even end up getting to put it on the pan because it will stick, even if you wear gloves. Again, washing these pans because you don't want any salmonella around here. Turkey will give you salmonella. Now I'm just going to get me a spatula. I should have used a slotted spatula, but it doesn't really matter. What you see here is not really like releasing of oil. This is actually like releasing of like water. That's how lean poultry tends to be, so just keep that in mind. And as you'll see, that's how I end up exactly burning this later. I burned it a bit just because I let the water evaporate far too much. And I didn't burn it too much, but I saved it. Yep, get my other ingredients so we can start our eggs. Now you can see I burnt it there. I let some of the water evaporate because I really wanted to get a nice sear on it, but it has a little too much of a sear. But it's okay though, just don't do that, guys. Now I'm gonna go ahead and dice up small dice and onion. Now this stage is optional, I guess, if you want. You can use the same type of white onion, but I like, you know, when I'm doing onions and peppers, I really like the combo of red onions and peppers. Red onions just have a little bit more of a bite to them. Let's go ahead and julienne, then small dice these peppers. Now it took me forever and I need to sharpen my knife. That's the reason why I'm going ahead and speeding up this content here. Got some brown eggs. Now I have about 2 portions worth of ingredients here. So as you'll see, I'm going to be cooking these in 2 different portions. But I'm going to start off by just heating up our pan. Go ahead. Now I like to crack my eggs in a separate bowl. A lot of people do, but that's the reason why you want to do this even when you bake is because for reasons like this, you can easily be able to get the shells out. Go ahead and scramble that up. So we can put it in a pan now. I normally would start this with some butter, but I'm going to start with some oil because I want to get our ingredients nice and sauteed. Now you can use some butter in this, but at this stage, but I don't typically add it in until I start adding my eggs in. Go ahead and give those sausages a nice choppity chop. You can go ahead and cut that beforehand, but as you can see, I got stuff in my cutting board, so I didn't want to use my sausage up there too. Add our eggs in here. Now, I forgot to add that part, but I did add some butter in there beforehand. So just go ahead and add butter before you throw in your eggs, and just go ahead and scramble them up. Now, this part is super self-explanatory. Scramble until they're done. At this point, I do like to turn my the temperature off just because I don't want it to start burning, especially for the sausage and all types of other stuff in it. Add some cheese if you like. You don't really have to add cheese, but if you are going to add a cheese, cheddar works really well with sausage. And I like to garnish it with some green onions, or you can garnish it with some cilantro, whatever you got. Really, just make your eggs nice and vibrant. And at this stage, I'm adding a little bit more cheese. You can add like some parm. I'm using some feta here. There we go. Nice, delicious breakfast scramble. Peace.